Everybody, Scott Sillari here with another episode of Real Tech Talk. I'm so excited to have Luba, one of our amazing clients. Luba, I'd butcher your last name, but Muzichenko?
Ding. Got it.
Yes! Success! This interview is already a
Right.
success. No, it's good.
It is. It
Um,
is.
Thank you, Beat, for being here. You're one of our great clients. We've had so many calls with you, and I just thought I need to tell your story a little bit and get it out there because I think there's probably a lot of other agents out there that can identify with some of the things that you're going through as you grow your business. So again, thanks for being here.
Of
Uh,
course. My pleasure.
so let's talk a little bit about like just who you are, your journey a little bit that got you here as, a real estate expert, luxury expert in San Francisco.
I've always been really lucky in the business. I worked really hard, but I got lucky in building all of my relationships very organically. And and I was always just very reactive. So somebody would pop into my mind, I call them. Somebody would pop in my mind, I call them. But there's plenty of times where I just lost track of people. And I know I lost a lot of business because of that. So even though I was doing great, I would look at something and go, oh my God, I helped that person buy 10 years ago. Someone else has that listing. Um, so I would just forget. Everything was very reactive in my business for me. So I never really ran my business like a business. And only in the last couple of years, well, probably like the last year or two, really, have I started kind of nitpicking and trying to be a little bit more organized so that I'm not all over the place. And then I found you guys. I don't
Yeah,
know. I
so
don't even know how I found you. Honestly, I think some luck
I,
of the draw just popped into my lap, and there you were, like a little guiding light.
I love that. So yeah, and I think a lot of people from what you said initially can identify with that, being on that like hamster wheel where you're just like the next transaction.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things that are missing when you do business like that, especially staying in touch with your past clients, right? And like trying to actually build a business that you work in, not just being a salesperson, right? And so that's
Yeah.
essentially what you're trying to achieve. So yeah, let's fast forward. What do you remember like what problems you specifically were having before found us? Like what were some of the
Oh
things where you're
God,
like,
what
man, I'm
problems
trying to
wasn't I
solve this.
having?
Yeah.
I had never had a CRM, and so even looking at the CRM and thinking about when, scheduling things and following up with people properly and regularly, I just all of that wasn't remotely in my wheelhouse. And then, of course, with all the different systems we use, trying to remember when I updated somebody to where I updated them, where they originally exist. Did I even save them in the right way? How do I find, were they a buyer? Did I meet them at an open house? What, like, any of the stuff was just all over the place. Um,
So you're
and
living
so
out of your
for
phone contacts, basically.
yes, yes, yes. Apparently, that's not how you're supposed to do it.
Not recommended.
No, no, no. Um, so slowly but surely, um, I started realizing I needed help, and then we started kind of tackling things head on, little bit by bit, so it wasn't overwhelming,
Yeah.
and it's all coming together.
Right. So I like we talked about a second ago. I don't remember how you found us. I don't, I'm sure you saw something, someone recommended us or something, but um, during the beginning process, what was like maybe an eye-opening part of the discovery as we kind of started working together?
Man, I don't remember how long ago that was now. It just feels like yesterday. It feels like a long time. I've known you forever. Um, what was some of the good stuff? Just realizing that I have the ability to not just have a contact list and a calendar to try to keep everything going. So my calendar was running like, here's what I got to do today, which is the doctor's appointment and meet that client, but also here's the people that I should write notes to, right? Here's the people that I should call to be like, happy anniversary. And you
Yeah.
can't fit all of that really easily onto your nice little, phone calendar. Um, it, yeah, just being able to integrate everything. having new people be saved right away, and kind of starting email systems to keep track of them and to follow up with them.
Yeah.
Um, Integrating now slowly my QuickBooks and keeping track of my lead sources and where I met people and my return on an investment. These are words that never came out of my mouth. Like I
Yeah.
just did the thing. I sold the house. I hugged the people, and we were good to go. And then I would lose track of it and not know how
Right.
much I spent and not know how much I just, it's all just, it's a business. It's coming together like a business.
I know, it's awesome. I love it.
Cool.
You crack me up. Yeah. So I mean, honestly though, like obviously at a certain point when you're a young agent and you're doing a little bit of business, it's not that big of a deal. But the amount of business you started doing, it becomes a big deal when you can't keep track of all these things, right? So I think when we
Yeah, it's
started working
overwhelming.
together, we had to like, all right, let's like build this list of things that we can achieve and then start knocking them off one at a time, right? And then
Hmm.
they all start to kind of synergistically connect to each other and then
Yeah,
start
it's all
to,
like synchronized.
yeah, which is nice, right? So you get the CRM and then you get your phone contacts connected, and then we start some automation in the CRM, and then we
Hmm.
connect the business intelligence stuff, and you start to see your lead source reports, and you start, all this starts to work together and give you kind of this visibility and idea back of like what you need to be doing in your business. So
Hmm.
for you, like as we were going through this process and kind of making these changes and implementing these adjustments and when you look at it now from the other side, like what has it meant to you, not only like business wise, but like personally, to be able to, have this, have gone through this process essentially, right?
It's like a deep breath, man. It's like a sigh. It's just I don't feel that like urgent panic of like, what am I missing? What am I forgetting? It's who did I forget about? Oh crap, I'm driving by their house. Just that all of that really uh sense of urgency that's not necessary
Yeah.
all of the time goes away. And it's like I never thought that that was, yeah, like a deep breath, right? It's like
Yeah.
I never thought that that was possible.
Right.
Like I just, I mean, I actually am starting to think about like what time I'm going to stop working on a day. That which is crazy. Like having an end time instead of just always being on, because it's like the tasks will eventually stop because I'm in control of them,
Yeah.
and it's nice. It's nice.
And the reason I took a deep breath there is because I've been in your shoes and I understand that sense of like what, like the constant, like what am I forgetting, the anxiety of like
Hmm.
it always being something or on and right. And obviously I fixed that at a certain point by having team members and building systems and
Hmm.
processes, and so I can turn it off too, or I can be on by choice because I know what I should be
Yeah,
doing, right?
yeah. That's
but
that's that's the
but
thing, right?
more proactive than reactive, right? And I think there's a big difference
Oh,
there.
it's
So
huge. I mean, I've spent 19 of my 2 decades, 19 years of the 20 years, uh, just reacting.
yeah,
Somebody called me, I'd respond. Somebody called me, I'd respond. I wasn't going out and following up with people. I mean, that is just, I can't believe that I've done that. I can't believe how much business I lost, I'm sure, because, and I wouldn't know how much because I had no way of tracking it. Like just
yeah,
all of the, yeah, I just can't believe how lost I was. Before it's crazy to feel like an adult doing these things, uh, and seeing the results of it. It's just the connections that are reignited by taking the steps. And sometimes it's a little nerve-wracking to call somebody that you haven't called in years. um but to rebuild that, because when you closed, you do still have some old emails that you can pull from and reconnect with them, and this is when we talked last. But to be able to stay consistent with them going forward, I know I'm going to get that deal the next time
right,
going forward,
yeah.
so it's kind of nice.
I love it. So what would you say to someone that's identifying with your story right now where they're in a very like reactive type business?
Just fix it. Fix it now. Just if you're new, build those good systems right away. You're not going to have like a mess to clean up later. Um, and you're not going to get to that point of feeling completely overwhelmed. If you're overwhelmed, eh, just do it. Just one step at a time. Get some help. Get some professional guidance. Um, and put that effort in because it's slowly and but surely it's going to be organized, and you're going to feel like you have some control, and you not just feel like you're going to have some control over the outcome of your interactions with people.
Yeah.
Um, and you also be able to keep track of faster who the dead ends are,
Right.
you know, right? You're going to be able to spend your time where it counts. It's productive, it's valuable. So
So did you ever have like a moment while you're going through this, or like a moment where you're like it switched for you, where you're like the way you were seeing things was different, or like almost like an aha while you're going through this process?
I talk to people and use the word systems. I mean, I just I met a contractor yesterday and we started comparing systems on what we do, and that's not something I've ever thought of. That feels very there's a lot, but it's just those moments where that person, you know, that I completely forgot about calls me back. We have the auto flow going on. Um, yeah, it's just yeah. I get so much more done. I get so much
Yeah.
more done with less time, less stress. Consistency is key in our business.
Right.
And if you're not doing it well, you lose,
Yeah.
there's a lot of potential. A
Well,
lot of
you
potential
you know you
business.
have a plan now, I think, for a lot of
Yeah.
things that are happening, right? Rather than just
Yeah.
kind of winging it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It's amazing to be able to be like, okay, look, this is what's going to happen in the next several months. You know,
Yeah. I love it.
it's cool.
Well, um, anything else? Any other parting words for those that are watching right now?
Your team is awesome. I love you guys. You guys are the best. I don't know how I would have done this without your support and like guidance and helping me through all of it, and putting up with my various emails and probably customer service nightmare, but at least I'm nice. So yeah, I just I don't know of other services that are this hands-on, and just have a staff that's available all the time when I need you guys. So I'm very grateful.
Oh, thanks, Luba. We're grateful for you, and you are so kind and fun, and keep us on our toes, and we have a great time. So it's been
We
such a
do.
pleasure working with you, and I look forward to working with you continuously in the future to help you continue to progress in your business. And if any of you are watching right now and you identify with some of the things that Luba has gone through or is going through, um, we're here to help. But we take a lot of pride in our customer service and support. That's one thing that we feel like we lead on when it comes to being a technology company, because a lot of times you just get a chat and you're waiting for a long time to get responses, and that's not the way we work. So um, thanks so much for being a great client, Luba, and taking the time today.
My
And
pleasure.
yeah, and then Scott at realsync.com, or just go to our website if you want to jump on a call with us at any time. We're here to help you. Thanks, Luba.
See you later.